Hello, and welcome to another episode of Just the Two of Us. My name is Keren Chadal-Taub. I'm a couples and family therapist. I have a private practice in Israel, and I also do work over Zoom. I was thinking about what was going on, the themes that were coming up in the last couple of months in my private practice. And one of the questions that was coming up again and again and again is what happens to love over time? Can love last? And what happens in long-term relationships? Can we keep the spark going? And what happens if we change and if we change too much? And that kind of made me think of how theorists conceptualize love and what is love. Steinberg, a researcher, says that love consists of the 3 points in a triangle. One is friendship, one is commitment, and I want to talk about these two, and the other is passion. And you think about passion as something that is either there or not, spontaneous, a bit like a spark, something that is intangible. And then there's friendship and commitment. So commitment comes with time, and if we're in a long-term committed relationship, we already have commitment. But what happens to friendship? And friendship, as Dr. John Gottman says, is the basis of a good relationship. And in Sound Relationship House, Dr. John Gottman says that 95% of men, when asked what they're looking for in a good relationship, they say friendship, and 95% of women say the same thing. So in essence, we're looking for a good friend when we're in a close relationship. And we don't often think that. We sometimes think that that what makes the passion and love present is the mystery, as Esther Perel says. But Dr. John Gottman says otherwise. He says that when we have a good, solid friendship, that's the basic ingredients for love. So how can we build on friendship? And for that, I have a whole episode on open-ended questions and how we can do that. But in essence, what I'd like to say is getting to know our partner better and keeping that knowledge alive, understanding that as we grow over time, we develop and we change. And we want to allow our partners to change as well as ourselves. And kind of understanding that the person that we've been with for the past 10, 15, 20, 50 years is also growing and changing. And even if we've changed a lot, we can try to reconnect and get to know each other again. And reconnecting means spending time together and learning about each other's wants, needs, dreams. Even if we feel like we're living and supporting each other, maybe we're just living parallel and we're not kind of facing each other. And how can we face each other and stop and even look at each other's eyes and kind of take a breath and kind of notice that we're there. And that's being friends in essence, and kind of remembering that we're not just flatmates and we're not just sharing this project together called a family, but we're also there for each other and there to help each other realize their dreams, but checking in to understand, is this dream still relevant? Is this something that you still want to do? Another dimension of this is having fun together. And having fun can consist of learning to do new stuff together. It can just be being playful, because we have all these responsibilities as a couple that we forget how to just be together. And that's something that comes up a lot when I talk to couples. They say we're great at projects together. If we need to have a birthday party for one of the kids, we're awesome at that. We can knock it out of the park. And if we need to move, we can do it together in an awesome way. But then when it comes to just hanging out together, they don't know how to connect. And connection is, we need to take it one step at a time. And it's very scary if we were once there and we're not there anymore. If we're looking at each other like strangers, as opposed to when we were first dating, where it was okay just to feel awkward with each other. Once we're already a team for a long time, kind of realizing how estranged we've become, it is very hard for us. So we should start by just reconnecting in a very small, safe way, just by asking each other, what's on your mind and on your heart today? Kind of understanding our daily routine. What's keeping you awake at night? What are you thinking of when you're thinking about work? What are you bothered with when you're thinking about your friends, your family members? And start by that, and just kind of keeping in mind your partner's daily routine, and asking follow-up questions about it, and kind of sending small funny texts during the week, kind of checking in and during the day and asking, I know that your meeting was at 9, it's 11 now, how did it go? What did you have for lunch? And I just heard this song and I thought of you. And just kind of touching base in an ongoing fashion that helps you kind of express to your partner how important they are in your lives. Because with time, we also kind of start building resentment, because we kind of crave this closeness that we once had. We're resentful at our partner for not being there for us, for not wanting this closeness. And sometimes we kind of misunderstand our partner's intents by reading things into it that aren't necessarily so. I'm saying, I felt you were pulling back, so I pulled back. And then I hear in my private practice a lot, I was pulling back, but I wasn't pulling back. I was just really tired that day. And when you pulled back, I pulled back. And then somebody has to make the first move and saying, hey, this is important to me. And I'm not I'm not going to let my ego come in the way of this relationship. This relationship is too important to me. So in essence, what I'm saying is, this is the person, your person. This is the person you chose to live your life with. So how do you want it to, what do you want your relationship to look like? How do you prioritize your relationship in your life? But just going through the motion, because you need to work, because you need to manage your kids, your relationship with your parents is important. But you kind of ignore your relationship as a couple because it's there. That's not gonna work. And people often ask, because we're also so aware that relationships take work, but it shouldn't be too hard. We chose this person and we're living with this person right now. And aside from abusive relationships, good relationships, healthy relationships need to be nurtured. We need to feed them with kindness, with attention, with understanding, with time. And we don't really give enough time to our relationships, especially when we're very, very, very busy. So if I'm going back to what can we do to fix a long-term relationships, or a long-term relationship that is going off the road, that is kind of in the ditch, that we feel that we've drifted apart. So the first part is building up our friendship again and starting off with this simple question on a daily basis. What's on your mind and on your heart today? And when you start with that and you follow up with questions during the day, and you just connect slowly, then you can build on it and continue to ask even deeper questions about hopes and dreams and kind of fun also. Thank you for listening to this episode of Just the Two of Us. My name is Keren Chadal-Taub. I'm a couples and family therapist. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with other friends and family and listen to it with your partner. If you want to reach out to me, you can find me on social media and on my website, www.kerenor.info. Bye.